Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, Life's Many Journeys. Introduce myself, my name is Maureen, and for me, today's video is about weight loss journey. Um, well, it's a hard one, and if any of you have ever dealt with gaining weight and facing having to lose that weight, you know that it is not an easy journey. So this is one I wasn't sure if I wanted to do, but in one video I wasn't sure if I wanted to do, but I thought about it and I said, you know what? If my channel is about life's many journeys, then I need to be honest, this is one of them, and this is one that I am going through right now. So I do have pictures from my starting point to where I am now. When did I take it? Pictures I took in August, actually. This is September now. But I did take some updated pictures in August. My weight loss has been very slow, and I think I know why that is. Like, I kind of know why that is. Weight loss is tricky, and I'm a part of weight loss groups on Facebook, and I watch many weight loss videos here on YouTube. And if there's one thing that I've learned, just sort of trying to immerse myself in other people's experiences, is that there is many different experiences, and it is not something that anyone, I believe, this is my belief, that there is nobody that can come on and make a video and say, this is what you have to do to be successful and this is what is going to work, because it's a different experience, and what works for one person does not work for another person. And we just have to really, as we approach this journey, as we embark on this, we just have to really find what works for us. I started in February. I think my first entry in MyFitnessPal was actually February 16th. So I count that as my starting point. And I've just been trying to feel my way through. I think the one thing that I know to be true is that you have to your calories that you intake for the day, you really have to keep that in check. I mean, I mean, diets and all those other things are good because they help you to lower your your carbs, your sugars, your fats, and all of that stuff. Keto right now is all the craze. I thought about doing keto, but then I had to rethink again and say that really that one really is not gonna work for me. Um, and these are decisions that I think each person has to make. You have to make based on other health issues you might have, as to whether because I see keto people, they eat a lot of cheeses and this and that. Like, ugh, I can't do that. The bacons and the this and the that, and then they cut out a lot of things that I don't know that I can sustain myself like that for the remainder of my life. And so for me, the thought of just sort of focusing on a diet for now, something that I I keep myself from certain foods and just cut them out like right now, and then know that, I'm not going to cut out those foods for the rest of my life. I'm not going to not eat bread for the rest of my life, for example. I'm not going to not eat rice for the rest of my life, for example. I know I'm not going to do those things. So I don't want to start doing something where I know eventually I'm going to go back to eating the things that I like to eat. I would much rather sort of change my whole mindset around it. I know I can't eat rice every day. I know I can't eat bread every day. Um, um, Sugary stuff. Well, I love some sugar. Chocolate is my and even chocolate, it's only like one kind of chocolate. So like I know the things that I want, and I don't want to be in a position where I'm sort of keeping myself from these things so that I feel like as I go through my life, something is always missing. I'm always looking at that thing and think, oh, I wish I could have that. Like, I don't want to live like that, because I still think that even though if you're wanting to lose weight, that you still have to live and you still want to live a happy life. I mean, this our journey through life is not supposed to be a miserable one, right? I mean, and I can't see the benefit in being miserable because I want to eat something or I want to have something, but I am completely saying nope, that is not going to be a part of my diet at all at any point. Um just so that I could say that I'm slim, that's my view on that. And somebody else may not feel that way, and that's okay. So I rather take the approach that I like these things. These are things that I have to eat in moderation. It may be that I will have them once a month, and I don't understand the mentality and where, because I have a friend where we went out, we were at a special occasion, and it was a dinner slash performance type occasion, and they're serving, and there were certain things that they served, and she was just like, I can't touch that, I can't have that. And then they served dessert, and she's like, oh, no, I'll give this away, do you want it? And I'm like, why am I gonna this is not no, this is like one time. We're having this occasion one time, and you're gonna like, I can't eat that. Oh, that looks so good. I can't eat it. Why? I mean, this particular date and time may never come again. Why are we not enjoying it? So my approach on that day, I go, I don't know why I looked at her and I was like, I don't know why you're behaving this way. I mean, I just don't see the point in not enjoying this night, right? So I had the salads were good, were great. I loved it. I had my salad, but she wouldn't have no dressing on her salad. I had my salad with dressing. I had the meal that they provided. Yes, there were potatoes and all of that. I had half of it rather than having all of it. She just ate the meat and had nothing else. I had half of it, even including the meat. I didn't even eat all of the meat. When dessert came, I had half of the dessert. I didn't have all of it. So then I was able to, and I didn't feel like I was missing anything by doing that. And by me logging my calories, I stayed within my calories for that day. So to me, this is a better way for me to still enjoy my life. And yeah, I could do it the other way and lose weight like really, really fast because I've cut everything out. And then lo and behold, a year from now, like, you start eating these things again. I would much rather, change my way of thinking and incorporate everything into my life, but everything in moderation. And that, I think, is the key. Moderation is the key to everything. So that's sort of my view in this introductory video of weight loss and my journey and my view. So what things I'm doing, I'm using MyFitnessPal, tracking my calories. I'm doing 1,400 calories a day. I have also been doing intermittent fasting, and for the most part eating between 12 to 8, or sometimes I do 2 to 8. In the last couple months, the intermittent fasting, not stopped it, but I have not done it as consistently as I have before. One thing I found is with this weight loss journey is that you can be doing everything that you were doing and you were successful, and then not see any success at all. And that started for me in July. Like before, I found that I was losing. The very first month, obviously, you lose the most. And then I had gotten to maybe about a pound a week is what I was doing. And I was happy with that. And when I got down to only doing a pound a week, I was happy with that. I was like, okay, you know what? If it's a pound a week, like holy, in a year, I would have gradually lost that weight at the same time changing my mind in how it thinks about food and how to intake food on a daily basis. So July came around and I lost nothing. The end of July came up and I went up and I was like, what? I was like, my fasting was on point. I was like, most days I was doing 2 to 8 rather than 12 to 8. And I was like, what? Why am I not losing? But I stuck with it. And I think that's the key, is that when you get to those plateau moments, is stick with it. And I by no means am no expert. I'm just giving my experience that I've encountered. And I haven't lost a lot of weight. I've lost, as I still think, for the 6 months, my weight loss has been slow, but I also know it's been slow because of my approach. And there are other things that I know that I need to be still, changes that I need to make that I haven't yet applied. So for the past 6 months, I've lost 23 pounds. But what I can say is, even though some people will, for 6 months, will say I've lost 40 pounds, I lost 50 pounds, and mine is only 23. What I can say and what makes me encouraged is the physical changes that I feel. Nothing tops that. And that's what keeps me encouraged. That's what kept me encouraged through the month of July into the beginning of August, when I wasn't seeing any changes on the scale. It was the changes that I was feeling in my body that kept me encouraged. Now, if some of you watched any of the other videos on my channel, one of the things that I am going through is, or that I do live with, is advanced osteoarthritis. I have early onset for this, and it's in many of my joints. I have it in my neck pretty bad, my lower back, both my knees. I'm currently waiting for my knee replacement surgery. And I have it in both my ankles and in both my feet. So being active was something that diminished for me through the years. For the last, I'd say 3 to 4 years, diminished. And then the previous year was like non-existent. All I could do was really just get up and go to work. With my change in work situation last year, I decided to, that I'm going to be at home now working. I cannot let my weight get in. And as painful as it was to just walk, the pain was more than I could explain to anyone. And the pain at night, the pain sleeping, it was just nights of groaning. Even though that was the case, I could not let this get any further. So I embarked on this. I have a cycler that I use. It's not a bicycle, but it's a cycle. So you can place it down in front of any chair, which is better for me because of the way my the arthritis is in my back and how bad it is in my knees. I need to be able to sit in a chair that is comfortable for me, and a bike definitely is not comfortable. And I remember a few years ago, which is why I stopped even being active, I went to the gym, and when the doctor said, just work the knees, just work them on a bike, that's the best thing to do. And I went to the gym and I left in tears because I would try to, my leg could not do the complete turn, the complete cycle. So every time It went over. My knee just couldn't take it the rest of the way, so it would fall out of the off of the pedal. So I couldn't do a complete. And I tried the laid back bikes. I tried this. The laid back bikes were hard on my back, so I left. Just feeling unaccomplished. I couldn't do anything. So at Shoppers Drug Mart, they had the cycle, and I was like, perfect, because I could place it in front of any chair and place it in a position that would help me to be able to do the cycle. So I started off doing that and doing my calories. I guess it's not as challenging for me now, because one of the changes that I'm feeling is my knees are doing so much better. I wasn't able to walk around in the grocery store without being in total agony. So I was having to have food delivered. And then when I started the cycle, I started to go to the grocery stores. That was one of my other things that I wanted to do to, be my exercise, part of my exercise. It was just doing normal daily things was part of my exercise. And yes, it was really hard at first, and I would leave in agony. I would have to sit in the car, and my daughter would be with me, and she'd have to sit there while I rubbed my knees and just groaned, because walking around had just did me in. There was nothing else I could do. So, but now, I mean, I was at the grocery store yesterday, and I did the whole walk through the store. I was walking faster like than I normally would, and stood at the cashier, did my cashed out my stuff, and it wasn't until I got into the car that I realized, wow, I'm feeling it. I'm feeling, but I wasn't in agony. I didn't need my cane. So, those are the changes that keep me hanging in there. So I can stand now and do the dishes. I don't have to sit on a chair. I can stand and cook. I don't have to sit on, you have to sit on a stool to wash dishes and to make meals in the kitchen. So I don't have to do that anymore. I can walk. And the biggest one of all is going up the stairs. I would have to go up the stairs like a 2-year-old would. They put one foot up, they bring up the other one. They put one foot up, they bring up the other one. Not anymore. I can go one foot over the other up the stairs now, just like a grown person. So, like, these are the things that, I value more than even the fact that I'm not at a 40-pound weight loss. And I don't look down on my 23 pounds. I just look at this as a huge, huge accomplishment. And I just know that, that if I keep on this track, the only place that I'm going to be is in a better place. And the only thing that's going to happen is my weight will go down, because as I get more and more active, that is exactly what is going to happen. So some things that I still need to do that I haven't done, in quite honesty, is drink water. And that might be probably the only thing that is causing the difference between the 23 and the 40 pounds in the past 6 months, is because I've tried, but quite frankly, I'm probably up to like maybe only two of the bottles a day, the 500 milliliter bottles. And I know there are people that drink like 6 of those, 7 and 8 of those a day. I just can't, but I'm trying. And I'm not even consistent with the 2. I gotta tell you the truth. So that I know I still have to work on. I still need to reduce my sugar further, based on my Fitness Pal, and I go back through. I mean, there are days where my sugar is non-existent, where I don't eat any sugar. But I still think there are too many days where my sugar goes over the required amount, and that I definitely need to keep an eye on and make sure that I start to reduce those sugars. I know the sugars are no friend to the body, and I don't use sugar like the granulated sugar, and I put it in foods, and I don't I have bags of sugar. I only buy it because my daughter is a baker. She likes to bake. Half of the time I don't even eat the things that she bakes. But that's the only thing. I mean, before she got on this baking kick, I had a bag of sugar for like a year. I don't put it in my coffee. I don't put, even when I used to mix juices, I don't even mix juices anymore. When I used to mix juices, I never put sugar in them. Like, I just had no use for sugar in that sense. But, however, I intake a lot of sugar because the foods that I eat, as well as, the chocolate, let's face it, have sugar. So, I know I do have to reduce my sugar more. There's one sugar that I probably won't reduce, and that's my sugar from fruit, because my brain can't wrap around that one just yet, which is another reason why that keto diet doesn't another reason why that keto diet probably does not work for me, is I cannot wrap my brain around no fruit. Are you kidding me? Like, there are fruits that I love. I love grapes. They're higher on the sugar scale. I love bananas. Higher on the sugar scale. Strawberries. You know what I mean? So these things are not things that I think will cut out of my diet ever. So yeah. So I have to work around that. So knowing that I do take in sugar that way, I have to reduce all that other like the sugar that's not natural. I've got to reduce those more, because if I know I'm going to be intaking sugar in these areas, then I have to reduce the other areas more. So that's a balance that I'm trying to do. So yeah, so that's my update, and I will post updates and picture updates as I go, challenges that I face, things that I might come across. But yeah, started out at 256. I am now down to 233. Looking forward to being under 200. It's been a very long time since I've been there. Since just after I had my daughter, after I had my daughter, I was probably about 180, a little less than 180, probably about 175. And that's the weight that I want to get back to. I'm not really looking to be 110 pounds, 120 pounds. I was 18 when I was that weight, and I know based on my body structure that I'm not going to be that, because I was that weight at 18 because of other, things going on at that time and not eating and whatnot. So I know that's not a natural weight for my body type. So, I mean, 150 would be good as well. But I'm going to count myself accomplished if I get to 175. And then, sort of reassess from there, because age as well, when I had my daughter, I was like 33 years old. So, I really do have to think about, going into my 50s in the next couple of years, and what 175 looks like in your 50s. Like, I may have to reassess and say, you know what, my new goal probably needs to be 150, because you just don't want to carry health issues, and I already have health issues, and I want to reduce those as much as I can as I get into those later years, the second half, the second half of this show. Anyways, that's it. I don't want to keep you much longer, but please like and subscribe. Tell me in the comment section any challenges you have, any suggestions you may have, and if you're going through your weight loss journey, share how it's going for you. We'll talk soon. Thanks for stopping by. Like and subscribe. Bye.